The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
Ready up.
To throw right away is Howell. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second down throw for Howell. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Howell down to throw it. And that will be incomplete as well.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At about the 32. Back to throw. Fields steps away to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after him early.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Following the made field goal, out instead is the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick this away. This is Gibson. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Commander's going to retake the field for drive number 2. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Powell.
And his throw is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Throwing here, Howell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
Runs through the contact. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start out here with the option left. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
They'll run. It's Herbert.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Looking to throw on second down, Fields.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Fields now to throw.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On first down, it's Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Foreman powering ahead.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action.
Foreman's going to get it again on 2nd down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll go with Foreman, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Deontay Foreman. A touchdown run there from a yard out, and the Bears are able to extend their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's Hal to throw on second down.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hal throwing on third down here.
And this one is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Jones on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8, and the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Off play action, Fields.
Steps away. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Montez Sweat able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Here's Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Herbert.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Fields going to hold on to it.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different form.
Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
The play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. From the 21, it's second and 10.
Second down, Howell back to pass. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. They need 2. Here's third down. Third and 2. Here's Howell. And that one behind his receiver and incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Justin Fields and the rest of the Chicago offense. He hasn't had a ball touch the ground yet. 8 of 8 throwing it. Perfect so far, including the touchdown on the last drive, you remember, as they begin first and 10 here.
You know what we need, baby. Let's do this, man. Don't stop that.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now it's Fields. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
He's got Lewis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Fields.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Chase Claypool.
As the first half is winding down,
And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. Let's focus in on what we got to do.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
One last shot before the break. Howell.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down the...
Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Come on, baby. Make a play ball, baby. Make a play ball, baby. This is our time. That's how you get fired up, baby. That's how you get...
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
Velus Jones now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Darnell Mooney.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First possession of the second half now for Washington. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Al now to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And, I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback. I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
4th down, Howell. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down and an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a first down.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd down, Howell now. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there. 26 yards.
And the Commanders get a bit closer. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Starting on the ground with Herbert.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Fields going to keep it running right.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down, Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Hand off right side for Herbert.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down.
Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Back to throw, Fields.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Justin Fields.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
And talk about built to run the football. Whether you're calling it on design running plays or him breaking out into the open field after trying to pass the football, Justin Fields knows where the end zone is. 8 rushing touchdowns last season. Only Jalen Hurts had more.
Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And this taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
First down, Howell to throw.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Here's Howell to throw on second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Howell trying to pick it up on third.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
T.J. Edwards with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Herbert powering up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down, they go back to Herbert.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
From the gun on third down, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now motion left with Mooney. A handoff for Herbert.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Off play action. Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lewis. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Now Fields.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Santos now to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
2nd down throw for Howell. Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
It's Howell with another throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Powell. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.